Freenauts.
La bicicleta con suerte. Dímelo. Yo, peace to my homie Brandon out there. Put together the Nexus. Let's get connected. Ahora, we need the Agora. Pa' que no joda. Pa' que no joda. Live free, nah, they can't control that. We need the Agora. Pa' que no joda. Pa' que no joda. Politics is rigged, you can't ignore that. Politics is rigged, you can't ignore that. Keep propping it up, it won't fall flat. Withdraw your consent and your whole stack. Be your own bank, be your own tank. You can't stop blockchain, be store lies. 3D printed doing last like Daytona. Don't attract no cops, no donuts. Kinda economics doing all that.
Okay, it's getting real. They wanna hold us back. I'm trying to hold my steel. They wanna go for that. Cause all they do is steal. They don't produce nothing. I tell a status to their face like do something. But you can find me in the club or on the beach, yeah. And I don't really fuck with clubs or the beach, yeah. But ever since my freedom became illegal, I'll be damned if they force me to my knees, bitch, please.
Ahora, we need the Agora. Pa' que no joda. Pa' que no joda. Live free, nah, they can't control that. We need the Agora. Pa' que no joda. Pa' que no joda. Politics is rigged, you can't ignore that.
Computerized humanity. We all robots programmed systematically. Hack the system and create total anarchy. And disconnect from that self-absorbed vanity. Y'all ain't worried about the dozen elitists who deceive us. Y'all trust the leaders. Soylent Green is what they feed us. Why they move their plans further? Forget genocide and mass murder. We more concerned with Justin Bieber eating hamburgers. Silent weapons for quiet wars. Riots fall, violence falls. Also they can silence yours. Defiance of tyrants, pious, hybrid wars. What we witnessing now is just a mildest form. One time for my people on the right track. No cap, we need you to all fight back. Óyeme, no tenemos mucho tiempo. Vamos a prosperar sin gobierno. Ahora, we need the Agora. Pa' que no joda. Pa' que no joda. Live free, nah, they can't control that. We need the Agora. Pa' que no joda. Pa' que no joda. Politics is rigged, you can't ignore that. I'm plugged into the Agorist Nexus. We need the whole community connected. We're the alternative collective. Self-sufficient and effective. Tell the rug from effective. Each one tell the rug from effective. Self-sufficient and effective.
Brandon with the Agorist Nexus podcast. I've got my great co-host Dag. How you doing, Dag?
What's up, man? Doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good as always, but I am a little under the weather. I'm on that Rogan experience, so got the ivermectin and
Is that horse paste?
C. Yeah, got all that. So, but yeah, we've got a great group of guys on today. All four of the Freenauts. It's going to be a great show. They're one of those groups where you could bang them in your car, as loud as you want, and feel proud to listen to them. They got some hot beats. So, unlike some of those other groups or music where you listen to and, you like it, but you might not want to play it around your friends. So, I think we've all got a couple of those songs, but yeah, Freenauts, I was banging it as loud as I could earlier in front of all these Mexicans down here in Mexico, and even they were like, yeah. So, but yeah, let me introduce them here. Freenauts is a world premiere Liberty rap group featuring members AV, C-Traf, Kingdom Come, and Silver Stacks. Their new album, Which Side Are You On, drops everywhere February 22nd. How you guys doing? Thanks for coming on.
Doing good, man. Appreciate you having us.
Yeah. This is it's a rare thing for us to come out of the woodworks and all assemble from
I'm like Voltron.
There you go, all over the map right now. But shout out to you guys. Love what y'all are doing. So definitely wanted to take some time out and have a good conversation with y'all.
Yeah, totally, man. We appreciate being here. So
Hell yeah. So I don't know. I guess we can just start with. Do you guys want to maybe tell us a little bit about the Freenauts for anybody who's not familiar? Where are you guys from? How'd you get together, or anything like that?
Yeah, if he can set it off, he's like the RZA of the Freenauts.
Oh shit!
He's the head.
They speak highly of me around here. There's not all the groups though, but yeah. So Trafi and I, we've been doing this thing for a few years now. Anybody who's been to Anarchapulco has seen us, rock the stage out there. Anybody who has been to any crypto events in Miami the last few years has seen us do our thing. But yeah, like you said, we wanted to create something for people to enjoy that has, a message that speaks to the times that we're living in right now, but is also, something that you can just enjoy for the music's sake, right? People need to feel good through music. People, it's a full body experience. So Beats, Rhymes, and Liberty, really sparked it off back in, it's been like 5 years now. And so now finally we've got this next release dropping, like you said, on 2/22, with the whole squad here contributing major parts with the beats, the rhymes, and it's an important time right now, where people need to, are looking for answers, even in their own personal lives with their family and friends. There's a lot of awakening going on, a lot of, questions. And so, this new music is really going to speak to a lot of what we're all seeing going down. So really excited to get the music out. And
just to tell you like a little background of the Freenauts real quick, to go back to the original question, AV is like the RZA. He kind of like was the nucleus that brought us all together. But what's interesting about all of us, me, C Traffic with my music, Stacks, Kingdom Come, we all were already on the vibe of like liberty, freedom music, fighting the establishment and all the scams, all independently. We all have our own independent stuff, and AV found us, and we all got connected. I met Silver through AV, and the Freenauts nucleus started taking hold, and then we've been at out of Anarchapulco now 4 years in a row, and also done some crypto conferences and done other kinds of liberty events. And it's like striking a nerve. People needed this, but the good thing is that each of us have our own individual skills, individual careers. We have each of us has like a crazy catalog of music, but then when we get together, form like Voltron, basically, we do something, bigger and better than the sum of the parts. And this new album has like so many different styles. Like, for example, AV produced on this album, so did Silver produce on the album. Silver Stacks' contribution to the album inspired the album title. And then we have DJ Ruin gave us a bunch of beats too. And he's like the unofficial right now 5th member, probably going to be a full member. He's going to be DJing with us at Anarchapulco. So we're happy to bring together like really talented people who would still be talented and successful on their own, but because we share the same passion to do music that's meaningful and speak the message that needs to be heard. People want to hear a refreshing, different message. Not everybody just licking the boots of the state all the time. And
right, we take it serious, and yeah, I think Trafi nailed it right on the head. It's kind of like we all have our own thing, but this is like a coalition that was formed and kind of just sprouted roots, and we're all very passionate about it, and we all have a responsibility with the music, what we say and to portray the music and relay the message, and balance the art with the message.
Yeah, that's Kingdom Come, man. That's like our crown jewel, man. Our newest member right there just dropped his newest album with DJ Ruin called Malbec. It actually came
out.
Go
get that.
Like 2 days ago. Yesterday?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
12
solo album. Malbec. You can find it anywhere you listen to music. Kingdom Come with a K, Ruin, Malbec. Go check it out. You'll be highly entertained.
It's got a fire track with Sea Traffic on there too. It's called The Bald Eagle. Woo, y'all need to hear it.
It's almost
right
like we
now.
got it. Well, it's already streaming, so everybody can check it out. But I love that verse because I recorded that at Kingdom's crib at his lab, like I think 3 years ago or something. I came back from Acapulco, and I was just like, doing like a little road trip, and I went to hang out with Kingdom. And this before Kingdom was in the Freenauts, but you saw that I already saw the synergy and the vibe. I'm like, I need to bring Kingdom to Acapulco, and I'm thankful that we were able to do that last year. Now we're trying to get Silver out there too. We're just trying to, build a big old life raft and take the team on a world tour to spread this music. And I'm really excited about that Malbec album because it's got all the Ruin beats, and Ruin blessed us. He's got at least like 60% of the beats on Which Side Are You On, the new Freenauts album. So it's cool. So it's almost like a preview. If you go stream the new Kingdom Come Malbec, you're gonna know what's coming soon. And like I said, I really love that verse I spit because I was joking with the fellas. I told them that I was shitting on Big Pharma before it was trendy, right? Because
exactly, we've been doing this. We've been
before the shitdemic.
Remember when that was a thing? Like when nobody trusted Big Pharma.
Yeah, it used to be a really popular thing, and now it seems like you really just, you're socially really supposed to trust Big Pharma. It was a really weird switch, man.
Right, it's not even a question.
I don't even know how they did that. That's like the greatest.
It's the upside down, bro. It's like Kaiser Soze at the end of Usual Suspects, bro. It's wow.
This is like the greatest marketing freaking triumph in the history of business. With the way they have people hypnotized and like willing to risk their lives. This is the craziest thing. Like all of us who try to like be entrepreneurs and sell products wish we had this level of hypnotism to have these dummies, they'll ostracize their own family. They'll excommunicate their own family, declare their own friends and family dead for not taking a product. That's the crazy insanity. I don't know how they did this, but all marketing majors wish they can pull this thing off. You know what I mean?
The spell casting is deep right now. It's yeah.
Yeah, it's one thing that gives me a little bit hopeful though is seeing like so you guys obviously liberty oriented music, but I've heard some I can't even tell you who they are. They're people I've never heard of, but just like come at me randomly on Spotify, like rappers or something, just being very like anti woke and really kind of speaking out against kind of this nonsense that's been going on the last couple of years with like censorship and just the coronavirus stuff. So just hearing it in some sort of semi-popular music sources is heartening. It's like, man, maybe there really is like a silent majority of people who think this is nonsense.
There is, what it is, man. The veil is lifted, and they're trying to make it seem their dinosaurs are dying, so they're coming full force, right? But at the end of the day, like you said,
cancel themselves.
Exactly.
Oh man, yeah, that's been a trip. That whole Spotify thing the last few days.
Neil Young or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if
I saw Dave Grohl was trending this morning, and he's the latest apparently, musician to try to, posture and virtue signal by potentially, threatening to pull his music off of Spotify, which is upsetting. I'm a Foo Fighters fan, but all of a sudden when I see shit like that, it's like, come on, man.
I know. I was like, why can't it be Nickelback?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I saw the meme about Nickelback threatening to put out music.
Yeah, threatening to put music on Spotify.
I mean, it's a little bit of a love-hate relationship with Spotify because in the royalties, they're not the highest payers. So I don't go there.
They're the worst. They're the
worst. I don't
right.
really even like, our stuff is up there. And of course, it's like for convenience. But now
accessibility is just to,
But I just started listening to Joe Rogan now just for the hell of it during the daytime. I put on the Spotify and I'm actually giving them streams now. Just to show them some numbers.
I think that a lot of people, like it's like the media, they can't help themselves. They did the same shit with Trump. They wouldn't shut up about him. And all they did was focus more energy on him. Now, I guarantee Joe Rogan has a ton of new listeners right now.
Yeah, I imagine the streams are going up because of all the attention.
Yo, it's Jeremiah Harding, and I got some questions for you. Do you need to relax, network, vibe and become better informed about how to survive the coming disastrous economic collapse, Anarchapulco is your must-go destination in 2022. This could be your last chance to go, since the powers that shouldn't be want to lock down the entire planet with another COVID variant, and coming soon an environmental lockdown. So if you want to spend February 14th to 18th, 2022 in the sunny climes of Acapulco, Mexico, relaxing, partying, and eating great food with fellow freedom enthusiasts, feel free to head over to agoristnexus.com/ACA to sign up for your tickets today and use code NEXUS to get 10% off your entire purchase. That helps us bring you the content you deserve, and it helps you get the getaway you deserve in 2022. Now let's get back to that content.
But yeah, absolutely. And they're scared of him because he's got like 11 million listeners last time I checked the stats.
Insane.
And it's more than like CNN as a whole.
Yeah.
And I think the second most popular person in the mainstream media is besides Rogan is Tucker Carlson, and he only has 3 million. So yeah, they're definitely afraid of Rogan and what Rogan can put out and influence for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what's in his contract or who put his contract together with Spotify, but they did a good job. I guarantee they knew what was coming.
Yeah, they paid him a lot of money. It was like $250 million or something. So they don't want to lose him.
Yeah,
it's a lot more than they got into Neil Young.
A lot, yeah. It was a lot of digits for that contract. But but just for the hell of it, I just played a full episode on Spotify just this week, the Peterson one. I don't really know Peterson like that. I don't really follow him like that, but I listened to the whole thing. I'm like, what is the big deal? These people, I didn't agree with everything he said, but they were just going off on topics. Like, what's the big deal of having an open conversation, an open forum? Like, all this censorship thing is so stupid. Like, people are afraid of their own shadow, or they're afraid to discuss ideas. If your ideas are that strong, you can stand on them. And who cares, who comes by? Same thing.
Yeah, it's like the...
Yeah, we're MCs. We're hip hoppers.
Yeah, the herd mentality is crazy right now.
Yeah, we're ready to battle and defend our music and defend our skills. So I think hip hop made us a little harder. You know what I mean? Because we're not gonna back down from somebody else trying to battle us or whatever. And I don't know. That's good for us as far as like how we approach our music. But some people are just afraid to hear other ideas or afraid to stand for their own beliefs or defend their own beliefs. So
or even vocalize them or just say how they really feel about it.
Yeah.
That's some coward shit. It's basically you're a coward. You're saying, look, shut down the other side. I cannot stand to have somebody speak different. That's cowardly. Just stand up for yourself, defend your own, beliefs, and don't be afraid. Because if you stand by the truth, you're standing on solid ground. So that's just I don't even see what the big deal is. But guess what? I went and streamed freaking an episode of Rogan for the first time on Spotify. See what the hell's going on. What's this hoopla all about? I don't see the big issue either.
Yeah, he's not necessarily like, I mean, unless we can bring it to my attention, I don't think he said anything that's anti-vax or anti-science. He just has people on, including like CNN's doctor, to just ask them questions. So yeah, it's silly, but that's, like you were saying, their traffic, like the herd mentality and everything, it really is. And that's one of the reasons that I think that art in like the liberty community is very important because we can talk about economics books all day long. They're out there, but you know what? People aren't reading them. That's not something that's just in people's lives. So when you have something that's like art or music or something like that, it's something that it just reaches people differently. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think it's really important. At least as far as I know, Freenauts is, basically strictly liberty stuff. I don't know about you guys' independent stuff, if it's strictly liberty or not, but do you find that writing music, like in the vein of liberty, I can see it either being really like constricting, right? Oh, I'm only going to write about this. Or I could see it being like really freeing. Like if somebody says, hey, write about anything you want, it might be harder than saying, hey, write about a vacuum cleaner, just because you're given direction. If you could pick a question out of that, feel free to go for it.
I guess Stax should.
Yeah, I feel like it's not very constricting to me because I mean that's where my mind lives at anyway. Like this is what I'm always thinking about.
Yeah.
And so I mean, you might not know if like you follow me on like social media or whatever, because I'm usually just talking shit. I'm mocking. That's
the Twitter troll king.
Mocking it because that's what is always on my mind. So, like I feel like if I can use any sort of art to continue to do that or to just speak on that, then I'm good. Like I'm not constricted in any way, really. I mean, I can spit about anything really, but that's what I would rather be talking about. Anyway,
right. I think all of us share the same, beliefs, views, and for the most part, and so it's just something that comes naturally, yeah.
And like likewise, I think the basis of it is live and let live, and I think the tyrants and the statists and the dumbasses, they do not tire of being, finding creative ways of fucking with us. Pardon my French. So we're always gonna have material to write about, but in our own like personal stuff, like it's not always about liberty, but liberty is always the energy, because you do party songs, storytelling songs, personal songs. You can write about so much, whatever the mood is or whatever the beat gives you, but somehow always you might always sneak in a little bit of the liberty message, just because that's your DNA. That's what you breathe every day,
it's
and
our identity.
that's your lens. Yeah, that's your worldview. So even raising a child, you're gonna raise a child without being a tyrant, with respect, with trust, with honesty. It's everything. It's your whole fiber, your whole being. So you're still gonna make a party song, a love song, but it's still gonna have the DNA of, live and let live, and just be a good person. Just don't be a statist. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, I find it super refreshing that we actually have a Liberty rap group, and you guys are, from what I've heard, the music's just great. Huge fan of what I've heard on your new album too. Let's talk about your new album real fast. How long has it? How long did it take you guys to write it, and what all went into this one?
Oh man, they're asking to see under the hood. They want to see behind the curtain of the sausage factory.
Look,
it's not done yet.
No, it is pretty much done. We're just ironing out the mixing and the mastering and just polishing it. So we're in like post production, so to speak. I remember
I got a verse or two to lay down. I'd be recording it right now if we weren't on this show.
But it's almost like making a movie, because like New Year's Eve, I was like messaging the crew, and I was like, I did my own little rap party, because I wrapped up. It's a rap. I did my last verses. I submitted my stems. I was good. So it's like a movie. And then like 2 weeks later, I went back for reshoots, because there was this one family song that we all love. The family song is going to be crazy. I Wish for You. And I'm like, I think I can nail this better, because I'm already rehearsing for Acapulco. I'm like, I got to perform this live. So a live performance has like breath control and crowd participation. So I kind of altered the verse a little. And I'm like, this is the one I want to actually present to the world. So it's an ongoing thing. But the fun thing is that the Agora, we actually performed it last year in Acapulco without even existing as a recording.
I think that was the catalyst for the album, right? Where it kind of, I think I would say that would be the creation.
Kind of like we were already collecting it, and we saw the people loved it. We need the Agora, and we did it in bilingual, because we are bilingual. That's why we pronounced it with a Spanish slang. And it goes. We're in Mexico, and we're all like, multilingual. We're gonna have to do it like reach a worldwide audience to spread the message of liberty, basically, and it resonates. And we see like Mexico, like lifted all their restrictions. They're living a lot more freer than a lot of places in the USA. Like San Fran and New York are totalitarian, traps or whatever, but. You go to Latin America, South America, people just living in a barrio, just people just living free, and they barely even notice that there's a shitdemic going on. And that's why, we're going to use all of our talents and skills and our cultures to reach a whole world, like worldwide audience, not just, Americans and English speakers. So, this is an amazing album of many more to come, of this type of collaboration. And it, like I said, it's going to sound totally different than what a Kingdom Come solo album or a Sea Traffic solo album. And Stax already had stuff going on for a while. Stax has amazing stuff too. And it just makes us all that much better. I'm actually like a fan listening to what this creation is coming about. And I'm excited. I'm excited for people that just want to hear a whole new dose of like brand new, amazing, Liberty music, fun music, lyrical. It's going to touch you. It's going to make you think. And at the same time, make your head nod.
Totally.
Freenauts is the future, yo. I mean, Freenauts
yeah,
is my
the
favorite
Freenauts
group.
chamber. The Freenauts chamber is a very unique. I equate it to like chambers, right? Because me as a solo artist, like Kingdom Come, I have my certain sound, and I have a couple different groups that I'm in, like Supreme Sorcerers, where we go really in depth into the the esoteric and the ritual occultist back behind the scenes things like that chamber. I really love diving into that chamber because I've been studying that field in over 25 years. But the Freenauts chamber, I think, is a culmination, and it's one of my favorite spaces and cohesive things to be a part of. I'm beyond excited. The albums, I think like Trafi was saying, Agora kind of sparked it. We performed it, and I didn't have my verse. I created it there on the spot, and we filmed the music video footage at the last Anarchapulco for it. So it's this year. Expect a couple new albums to get done there. We're going to be in work mode.
Yeah.
But the album's super exciting.
Yeah, we're flying by the seat of our pants, basically. But it's beautiful to be the Agorapulco crowd. There's the Anarchapulco folks, but then you have the Agorapulco cats. They do their party, their beach parties, and we just love the synergy and being there. And it helps with our creativity to be with the community, with the
it's
Agora
going to inspire
community.
a whole new wave of songs and albums. I'm the workhorse in the group, so I keep the guys like on deadlines. Like, yo, we got to bang this out. Yo, we got to work right now. No, let's film a video. Who cares if the song's there? The footage is there. Let's write about this. So it's like,
Yeah, and we're gonna do so much more. We're 3 weeks away from going back, and we're already planting the seeds for future albums, and seeing where all of this is gonna take us, basically.
Yeah, let's talk about Anarchapulco. If people do go to the event, where when and where can they catch your shows there, and when and where can they meet up with you guys?
AV knows this one.
Yeah, so the album release party is on Valentine's Day. We got a live show we're doing on the main stage where the event is taking place. That's actually the first full day of the event, February 14th. So we'll be rocking out there with Presence Music, Be Love and Be You, our homie Matt Welsh.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple others, DJ Ruin, of course.
Yep, definitely.
And then we'll also be rocking the closing night party with, they got another really, really dope group all the way from Texas. So that's going to be on the 18th. The Great Medicine Show is what they're called. Plus Aslan is the full name of the act. On the 18th at the Hannah Sun Club, which is the venue from the closing night party last year, as seen in our new music video for the Agora.
Yeah.
So that's the two main concerts we'll be doing on the 14th and the 18th down there in Acapulco, February. And there'll probably be a couple other pop-up things. It's kind of just how Acapulco is every year with the whole community. They got like Agorapulco and all this sort of spontaneous events and things that, little parties on the beach that we end up rocking as well. But yeah, the 14th and the 18th down there will be our main shows.
Yeah, we're looking forward to those beach parties. The Agorapulco thing, we don't really have it scheduled, and that's just the spontaneous nature of it. Those guys are out there when we link up with all of them, big, Bruce and them, shout out to them. I know we're going to have fun. So anybody going for Agorapulco, we're going to find out, and we're going to go there. And that's more of a more relaxed situation where we even test out new music. We freestyle. We just have fun. Just have nothing but fun out there. So if you're going to be out there, you're going to see us. And it's a blessing that this will be our 5th consecutive year going. And it's just a testament. It feels like, we're part of the community where we do, more than just perform, more than just rapping. We also like help get the event going. And this year, for the first time in Acapulco, they're gonna let me do a workshop on beginners beekeeping. I don't know what day that's gonna be, but it's $40 to sign up, and you get free local honey from Acapulco. I already found a shop that has like local bee honey products, and I just want it to be the best workshop ever. I want, if I can get somebody to go home and start their own beehive or something, that'll be a win. So we're spreading wisdom, and we're just happy to be part of that community, because we need that. That's like our 1 yearly vacation from escaping from status hellholes to come be with our people. So when we're surrounded by our own people, we realize we're not crazy. We're not the crazy ones,
Right.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, no doubt. Like, so shout out to this man, yo. This is one of my favorite dudes in the world, because he's a speaker this year. Actually, you should speak to that a little bit, because on your bio on the Anarchapulco site, I discovered something I didn't even know about this man. He says he's your third generation beekeeper, and without being aware of his, it says, I got it right here. Without being aware of his generational beekeeping heritage, he immersed himself in the study of bees and the history of beekeeping from ancient cultures to the present. So that's wild. I didn't know that.
I mean, what got me into beekeeping was the Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist. I read that book and I tripped out. Anybody who's ever read that book, I wanted to test out the principles of the book, of listening to the universe and following omens and things of that nature. And while I was on these trippy trips, basically, it's the only way I was driving down to the Florida Keys with no map, no schedule, no nothing, no plan. And through my crazy journeys through the Florida Keys, bees kept showing up to me, often over and over and over. And the thing I was never stung till 2020. Like, while I was already in the middle of one of my hive inspections, I was trying to be Superman, because I saw in all the books and videos the beekeepers don't wear the gloves, and I was trying to be Superman. I'm like, I'm not gonna wear the gloves because it's easier to grab without the gloves. The gloves are like, they make you feel like the Marshmallow Man, big chunky ass gloves, and a bee stung me in my hand. It was my first time. I didn't even know if I was allergic to bees, and I was already in beekeeping. And so, spoiler alert, I'm not allergic, but it did. My hand did swell up, and it sucked. And I was like, I'm wearing gloves now. I'm not gonna do this again. That's not my fetish. Some of these old ass beekeeping men,
they love it.
They no, it's because they rather not be hot. See, I'm a Florida man. See, I was born and raised in Miami. I don't mind being hot, right? But I understand why some of these old men don't want to wear the whole veil and the suit and the gloves, because it's hot. It's hot out there. If you're inspecting a bunch of hives in the sun, they would rather get stung in their neck, face, everything. That's not my fetish. I don't have that. I'm not there yet. I don't want to get stung. That's not my thing. But I didn't know. See, like I said, I read The Alchemist, went on a crazy trip, became a beekeeper, and I knew my dad was messing with it, but I really didn't understand the situation. But then he told me that my grandfather was also a beekeeper, and they were beekeepers on account of the fact that they're farmers. So if you have a farm in Colombia, bees are nice. Bees are a very nice benefit to any farm. So whatever, so they were basically farmers, but beekeepers as an extension of their farming. But I somehow, for whatever reason, just fell into this lifestyle.
Not your soul calling, bro. You're like, it's the universe guides, man. Always.
Yeah, you listen to the universe. That's what the Alchemist book does to you. Is like, listen to the universe. Like, listen. Like to erase the noise and the distractions and even like whatever the hell that society tells you is desirable or sexy or whatever. Just erase all that noise and see what the universe calls you and tells you. And there's deeper things going on that we're not really aware of, but the idiot box and all the stupidity of, like, I guess, modern society just, keeps people glued to their screens, or, just turns you into a drone, so to speak. But it was a good, I discovered after the fact, like, my grandfather was doing it, but I don't know if my great grandfather, I don't know how deep it goes, but the practice of beekeeping is such an ancient practice. And, you know, I have a big library. I've been collecting books now about the history of beekeeping. So I know it's going to, like, I'll be able to add like more flavor to this workshop to tell people how it used to be in the past, the ancient Egyptians, even the cave people, even the freaking Neanderthals. It goes really, really far back.
Yeah, the Syrians,
everything,
every advanced civilization was.
And the bees teach you, and the bees do teach you a lot. And I'll say, like, the bees actually have like a form of a bee democracy, where, you know, they make their choices kind of like a democracy. And the reason it works for them and not humans is that bees have work ethic. Humans, it fails with humans because humans will vote themselves out of work. Humans are lazy bastards, and you cannot trust the mob to vote themselves. They'll vote themselves all the benefits and leisure, but bees have a really strict work ethic.
On the
they
flip
don't tolerate
side, laziness is the mother of innovation or some shit, right? We're always looking for ways to do shit easier, right? With less effort.
Hell yeah.
That's why democracy does not work for humans. That's why once you, like, if anything, like, if I can inspire people, you know, with the beekeeping, they're going to realize you should fire all the humans and only work with bees. Because
so
worker drones.
Bees are really amazing. And it's just so funny hearing you talk about this and the way that you phrased it, like you phrased it like the trip and everything. So I've never read The Alchemist, but I've kept bees briefly. I haven't been super successful at it, but I've learned a lot about them, and just learning about them is just incredible. Like holy smokes. Like, it just really puts like nature and the concept of intelligence kind of like, you just look at it differently. But I got to tell you, man, I've met a bunch of apiarists around where I live. I'm in Central Florida. We're like tons and tons of bee farms around here, and all these dudes, man, exactly. And then they ship them all over the country in non-citrus times. But yeah, dude, all the old bee guys I met just remind me of like that old dude, you know, who ate way too much acid back in the 60s, you know, like they all remind me of that guy. And I've even like had them explain it to me, like, man, once you start keeping bees, you start understanding the universe. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. That's my dog.
No worries.
He got stung by a bee.
Yeah, right. Sorry about that. But yeah, man, bees are just fucking incredible. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna mute for a second. Get them out of there. Sorry, you guys take over.
Yeah, they'll teach you a lot. That's a beautiful thing, because bees have been around for millennia, before human beings were even, you know, cognitive or whatever. The bees already were organized, so they'll teach us a lot. And you know, one person that comes to mind that reminded me of a bee was Stan Lee, the creator of the MCU and all that. Basically, he worked till he died, and that's the thing about, you know, retirement. You know, the Social Security Administration, you know, during the progressive era or whatever, they created this thing called retirement. You know, you can have all your conspiracy theories. Like, they wanted to push the old people out of the workforce. They wanted to create a Ponzi scheme. There's a lot of reasons for it. But retirement as a concept wasn't really a thing, you know, till socialism and all that started coming up. And you hear many stories of people that the day after they retired, they died.
They died,
you know, they die. And
man needs
Stan
purpose.
Lee, right? Yeah, you need purpose. Stan Lee was always working. The bees work till they die, and I don't know if sometimes it's frowned upon. But if you find what you love,
don't
and you
tell
do
Tom
what
Brady
you
that
love,
though, bro. Tell Tom Brady.
He hasn't made his choice yet. But there's nothing wrong with work with a work ethic, and to have a work ethic, you have to find something that you love, and it's not work. Yeah, and you're serving humanity, you're serving nature, you're a servant, you're serving. And that's one thing. I would say I was raised as, you know, Catholic, Colombian Catholic. So Jesus, you know, washing the feet of the disciples, service was like it was one of the virtues that was promoted. And that's the one concept that even permeates the bees. Like, they're serving nature. To have a work ethic, to want to work, to want to serve, it's a beautiful vocation. It's a beautiful way to approach life. And I'm thankful all of us here, all the musicians here, we love music. We love creating art. And that's why we're bringing these wonderful albums and tracks. And like Kingdom Come is the workhorse, and he inspires all of us. And I'm glad, like, whenever I record with him and I'm in his orbit, we bang out so many songs. And he's another one. He's like a worker bee too. He's
12 albums, this man. 12, right?
12 albums.
Yeah, Malbec is my 12th solo album.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, 12's a lot. Do you know any of the like medical the medicinal stuff behind honey? Because I took a spoonful of like raw honey today because I'm under the weather, but yeah, I felt so much better after taking it. There's just something magically healing about honey, and yeah, I still don't think we know all of the healing effects of it.
Oh, you're absolutely right, brother.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think what makes honey, destroy bacteria and all that stuff is basically osmosis, because like honey is just like pure syrup, and bacteria and these organisms, they have water in them, so they get destroyed, they get ripped apart just being near honey. So if you get like a scratchy throat, if I start feeling like a scratchy throat, I start like guzzling honey and like letting it just go down your throat. But also there's bee pollen and propolis, royal jelly. There's like way more products in the hive that can help you out. But you're right. I don't think we fully understand. And honey does not go bad if it's pure honey. It can stick around for thousands of years just from its pure nature. It really doesn't have water. That's why the bees have to evaporate the water out of the nectar to turn it into honey. And plus it mixes with their gut bacteria. So it's almost bee vomit. It's like it's a probiotic as well. So there's so much that we don't really fully grasp about it, but we just got to be humble, and we got to love nature, trust nature, and see what has succeeded in nature, and just submit and like in a good way.
Return to it.
Yeah,
be a student.
Stuff, the real shit, right? Because I remember hearing a while back, most of the honey in the store on the shelves at the grocery stores are just like mostly corn syrup. It's not even real honey.
Yeah, it's like the olive oil. Remember there's a bunch of fake olive oil at the market or something?
That's right, olive oil too. Yep.
All right, let's take a quick second to shout out Agorist Acres seeds. AgoristAcres.com stocks a variety of seeds for your garden or homestead. They also have really cool packaging instead of those silly paper envelopes.
Buy seeds with crypto, support the counter economy, and become self-sustaining today. Agorist Acres offers fast shipping, so you can get started right away.
Make sure you use code Nexus10 at the checkout for 10% off of your orders. Also, they will donate a portion of the sale to Agorist Nexus, helping to bring you all the great content you expect. And all right, let's get on with it.
So you got to make your own everything, I guess. You can't trust these people.
Or be friends with a farmer.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah,
Back to the earth.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, hey, man, like I love the fact that I can go down to the grocery store and get anything I want at any time of the year, but it's probably not the best way to live. If nothing else, just like living seasonally, like eating seasonally, gives you something to look forward to. Like, oh man, strawberries are going to be here in a couple months. I'm looking forward to that. Mm-hmm. Or you go get subpar ones year round.
Mm-hmm. That's why we need the Agora, man. We need to get connected. Everybody get connected. Everybody has their specializations. You know what I mean? And then we can build these communities no matter where you live. You don't have to move across the country necessarily to New Hampshire or Florida. We're blessed to be, where we are. But you got to create your own, paradise wherever you are. You know what I mean?
On that note,
make friends with a farmer.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I have, you guys were talking about how you do a lot of your music with some Spanish in it or whatnot, and I've really been feeling like I don't know if you've heard the term GOMAZ, Gulf of Mexico Autonomous Zone, being thrown around at all, but there's like Florida, Texas, and then Mexico and everything are all getting to be pretty free places, relatively compared to the rest of the country, anyhow, or the northern part of the continent. Like there's a ton of us here in Florida, I know a ton of people in Texas, a lot of people, in Mexico, and I don't know, man. I mean, if shit breaks up, I just kind of hope that we all form into one, place down here around the Gulf. Cause I don't know, man. I like the feeling.
Nah, it sounds amazing. Like one thing, as far as like being autonomous and a free person, I'm kind of still learning how to sail. So if the Gulf becomes a thing, we all have to learn how to sail boats because it's you and the wind, you and the elements. Because I thought it was going to be in reverse. Because, growing up in Miami our whole lives, we see the Cubans and the Haitians coming in. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to have to leave. One day we're going to have to go the other direction, get the hell out of here. But yeah, if it becomes an autonomous zone, then I think sailing, we can go back and we can zip across the Gulf. Everything has to be respecting nature,
Of course.
Can't capsize your boat, but you have to know how to flip your boat. I think if that's a really interesting thing I never heard of, but I would say anybody who wants to make that succeed, then the Gulf is actually a big, beautiful body of water. There's a lot of treasure there, protected. I mean, I know there's a lot going on, but we just got to protect our home and nature and learn it and be a good steward of it. And sailing is something I highly recommend. And we got to get Silver down there. Silver has to come, join us.
Oh yeah, we'll be going sailing, man.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I'm not a captain yet. You can't hire me, but I'm saying
my folks they lived aboard for several years before I was born, and they used to sail to Mexico, all the time. This would have been back in like the 70s, and just like for fun. But yeah, I mean, no GPS or anything. They did it with like the stars. So obviously people have been doing it for millennia, but it still seems amazing that you can just get in a boat and with the wind and the stars go.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're missing so much. I think we think we're so advanced, but I think on average we're all stupid. We're way dumber than the people who came before us, before there was internet and TV.
Fluoride.
I told my daughter that, for example, Uncle Tom's Cabin is like a book that was like a bestseller in like 1850, 1840. I forgot when it came out, but it was before the war between the states. And like the average American could read this. This was a bestseller. And nowadays, you only in college can people handle this book because it's so deep, the vocabulary, the references, everybody, the human species wants to find the path of least resistance. And that path of least resistance is TikTok or something stupid. So
we know more, but we're getting dumber.
Or we have access to it, like we talk about smartphones or whatever it is. Like, oh, there's such a distraction. And it's like, well, yeah, but like if you use them properly, it's the most amazing, like all the information in the world in your pocket, the ability to reach anybody. It's incredible.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah, but cat pictures. So
yeah.
I guess the Gulf Autonomous Zone sounds interesting. I don't know. If things, there's gonna be secessions and things going on. This is a really spicy time. I guess you want to call it the fourth turning, if you believe in that sort of thing, the generational cycles. But very interesting, and we're hoping the Freenauts are going to make the theme song because that's what it is. People are not going to read an economic book.
I love Mexico. The energy of Mexico and Texas, they're just beautiful.
It's because it's warm,
Florida, of course,
and they have good food.
There you go.
But I mean, that's where we hope that we can fit into all of this because, like you said, people are not going to read an economics book. They're not going to read a whole damn book. And I guess it's like getting them to wake them up. We're going to give them a good party song, a thoughtful song, lyrical, boom bap, something. There's going to be a nugget that we can give them like a little tiny nugget in a song.
We can't even handle 16 bars anymore, man. We got to cut our verses down.
No, but they're going to hear something. Something is going to wake somebody up, and there's always the remnant, the 80-20 rule. We're not going to save 80%. 80% is gone. We know that from the example of Isaiah and, the Bible is a heck of a historical book just showing us everything's already happened already. Everything, totalitarianism, collapse, everything's already happened. Everything's a rerun. So that's why we're just preparing for our version of the same rerun. And, we're hoping that this music can add to the culture, can add to the liberation, can add to even the therapy because some folks are going to enjoy it.
The spark,
The spark. Yeah, they're going to listen and they're going to realize they're not alone because they have this group of misfits here. that we communicate in the same language, and we're gonna make it fun.
I think that's the power of art too. Anyway,
Modern day hieroglyphs, man.
Yeah, like I think like a lot of people, they're not, like you said, they're not going to read a book. Some people won't even listen to you speak, especially if they know you. It's a lot harder to get through the people that you know, but people are always very receptive to art, especially music. You know, a lot of the shit that you can't say to somebody in a conversation, you can get across to them in a song.
Universal language. The universal language.
Yeah, that's you bring up a good point, Stacks. You know, that's a lot like comedy as well. You know, it's easier to wake people up through laughter and music than it is to try to, you know, break it down politically or even scientifically or, you know, economically. So,
Right.
yeah, I hate that word scientific now. I was traumatized by
Is it capital
certain
or
words.
lowercase science? those are two big ones.
Exactly. So
I'm not a libertarian. I'm a libertarian.
Right.
How many songs are going to be on this new album?
That's a secret. Yeah, you have to wait.
Man.
We'll just say this.
You gotta give me something, bro.
It's going to be
more than 10, more than 12.
A new one just came up. We just came up with it's beautiful.
It's not an EP. It's a full length project. So
we're finding stuff out the freaking. We're dusting off. Stacks just found an old verse to get. We got some gems.
This is exclusive. Exclusive. What he's
we're
telling
barely
you right
gonna
now.
make the deadline, but 222 we've committed to it. So
yeah, we got the core.
Oh, yeah.
The core is done. Everything's done because we're performing this thing. So we're already in like rehearsing mode. We're like, we got to perform this thing for the Valentine's Day party. But no, that's beautiful news. You know, Stacks and AV got a joint, and I'm like, it's a beautiful thing. You know, it's spontaneous too, and it's gonna make it better. But we also have DJ Ruin. He's got the intro. He's got cuts. He's like such an amazing DJ. Ruin is one of my favorite DJs in the world. And I'm not just saying that. I've seen him. I've been in Wynwood. I've seen him rock a freaking party, and we're excited. His first time going on Acapulco. I'm excited to see what Ruin is going to do over there because he's got so much talent, and he's also a big contributor to the album. So there's going to be cuts where he's like scratching our lyrics over one of his beats and like doing like his DJ work. So it's all the elements of hip hop if we can get them all in there. DJing, MCing, production. So AV and Stacks are producers. I mean, Stacks found this amazing beat for Tread Carefully. I mean, Stacks is in his bag. Stacks has got beats coming out. So, you know, I mean, we're really, really lucky to have so many talented people on this team.
Yeah, can we expect DJ Ruin to be a Freenaut in the future? Or?
Oh, yeah, that's what we're trying to do that too. Yes, we are.
Yeah. So basically, I've known him for a large part of my life. He's basically my in-house producer and DJ. I've been working with him forever, and like, you know, we passed the baton and torch just like Traffic did for me and brought me into the Freenauts. I'm doing the same thing for Ruin. So, yeah, I would say so.
He's Miami's top DJ. I mean, like, no cap. Like, that's like on his resume. You can check the sources. Like, you know, he's a resident all over the world. You know, so he's a busy man. So that we're able to bring him out this year for Acapulco as the official DJ to rock all the parties out there with us is great. Because, you know, I mean, Trafi and I, you know, we've held it down the last few years ourselves. You know, but we're not really DJs like that.
Not at Ruin's level. Ruin's a DJ because like exactly. what was it like? Was it 2 years ago? I had to DJ for Ari the Rugged Man.
Oh yeah,
that was hilarious.
You held it down. You held it down, man.
So I can DJ too. I can DJ, and I've produced before.
Same with me. We all wear multiple hats.
We all wear the hats, and that was a funny story with Ari the Rugged Man, because Rugged Man just showed up with a laptop and a backpack, no crew, no nothing. And he didn't know who was going to be his DJ, but there were DJs there. There were other DJs. So we thought the DJs were going to DJ for him. But nobody knew his music like I knew his music. I'm a fan, you know. And I remember one of the DJs was, you know, after I got the gig, I think he went, like Alex remembers that story. I think Rugged Man was with the producer lady and And I think he singled me out. He went to this is how it happened privately. And then after the fact, how did it go?
There was the house DJ. Somebody was supposed to
we're not naming names. We're not naming,
but yeah. So there was like, what did he say? The drops. He's like, look at me for the drops, and it was me and Trafi and the other DJ, and the Anarchapulco producer there, and he's like, the drops. He's like, and he like as if he didn't know what that means, like it's like the beat drops, right? Look at me for the cues. And so he looked at Trafi, with these eyes, and he's like, all right, you're the DJ, Trafi. But no, we actually got some video that we've never even put out. We got some promo material.
There is out. It was circulating
the album
because AV got up there and he was beatboxing for Rugged Man. So Rugged Man pulls up AV and he did that while I was up in the booth. But it was funny because I already like, all right, fine. So I got picked for it, and I'm like, fine, I'll be a DJ tonight. I'm a DJ tonight, guys. And then the other DJs were like, one of the other DJs turns to me. He's like, oh, okay, so you're gonna be DJing for Rugged Mike. And as soon as he said that to me, I started laughing. Of course.
Now, R.A. the Rugged Man is a legend. He just had a new video drop with Chuck D of Public Enemy.
Public Enemy.
Real protest rap legends. I mean, these are the originators of, putting liberty in rap, so
anti-establishment.
Doing it for decades.
Yeah, that's solid, man.
We were able to rock with R.A. the Rugged Man a couple years ago, Immortal Technique the year before that. And then our first year was with the guys from Wu-Tang, Sons of Man.
Killer Priest,
So it was a hell of a ride.
And also Eric July, shout out to Eric July and Backwards. Yeah, he was out there. And it's been a lot of beautiful experiences. I think that's, like I said, one of the reasons why this is our 5th consecutive years, because we can wear a bunch of hats and we're bilingual. So we're out there dealing with the sound system and the team and just trying to give the community an amazing show. So it's almost like we feel like we're a volunteer army and we're the party committee. We're the Liberty Party Committee. People paid a lot of money to fly out to Mexico to just leave tyranny and be around their own community. And we want them to have the best time ever and go home and say, it was worth it. I need to be around my people. It re-energizes your batteries. But we would love to do Pork Fest. If we can do Pork Fest or any other Liberty events of that same nature, they need the Freenauts to go out there and be the party committee.
Yeah, we are taking bookings.
Freedom Fest.
Up.
Freedom
All of them.
The prices have gone up.
Call us.
The prices have gone up.
The price has gone up.
We take crypto.
No, we don't take Ether. What is it? That's the one with the
no ETF.
No shit coin.
Gas fee.
Yeah, man.
So I really want to.
Which we're on the Nexus now. We got the listing up there, so it took us long enough, but we got Freenauts finally up on the Agorist Nexus. I always say wrong. Find us on there.
Yeah, and everyone go check out the new video for.
Can't say it wrong. Yeah, so I want to say thank you so much, guys, for giving us a shout out in that song. It's super awesome of you. Great song, as you guys can tell by listening to the intro of this podcast. And we really appreciate your message of liberty, the way you guys present it.
That's what we're here to do.
Hell yeah! So love all around. What can we expect from you guys in the future? I mean, I know that's kind of hard question to ask sometimes, but to answer. But what can we expect?
More music, bigger shows, bigger productions, you name it. Just cementing
domination, baby.
Planting the flag on the 4 corners of the earth, basically.
Yeah, I want to get Stacks out there too, man. We need Stacks. Stacks is an amazing artist, man. Producer, MC. We're missing Stacks. I mean, that's my goal for the Freenauts.
I'll get there.
Stacks for president of Twitter.
I'll get there.
But actually, so Malbec just came out. Kingdom Come just dropped a new album 2 days ago, streaming everywhere. I actually have a full album in the bag, like done, and I haven't put it out yet. So it'd have to be after the Freenauts because all of the attention right now, Malbec is streaming. So now we got the Freenauts in February and the album releasing everything circling around that. And then right after that, I'm dropping my album right after that. And then we continue. I mean, I actually have like 2 more albums. I know Kingdom is sitting on so much material. I have things recorded with him that hasn't come out. So immediately we're going to continue. We're going to do the next Freenauts. We're going to start planning it. And Stax already sent us a bunch of beats that are not going to make this album, but they're amazing beats. So, I mean, you know, if the fire is in your belly, in your heart, you're going to continue. And, you know, for the future. But yeah, world domination, like AV said. Yeah, we want to take the message. Be love and be you. Matt, he's an amazing, you know,
that's our
musician
drummer too.
Yeah, we were at the crypto conference in November, and we just did this live band, like live session. So we did our entire set with the drumming, with the live drumming and everything. And it was amazing. It was like an impromptu live set, and big crowd formed around us at that crypto conference. So that would probably be the next step. We don't just want to,
bigger festivals, bigger venues, bigger productions, just, you know, upping the ante and really bringing it in full force.
Yeah. So, you know, and take it to the next level, because we don't want to just like feel like Liberty music is like a little tiny niche or a novelty. It's not a novelty. This is amazing music. We're going to rock the party, but it's also got the great message. But we also want to keep improving ourselves and what we do live on stage, and, you know, bringing more of the musicality into it and just making it a great experience, because we're not going to sacrifice the quality of the music just because we're talking about Liberty, you know. And I think that's what you guys were saying earlier, that sometimes Liberty music could be a little corny or cringy because these kids don't know no better. You know what I mean? But we don't want to sacrifice on the music. And I can imagine Stax is the beats that he's bringing to us right now got me excited. Like I think I stole one of his beats for a future album, but I don't know. I can't be that way.
Nah, you didn't steal, man. If you want it, you got it.
I'm just saying though,
it's a family affair.
Yeah, we have a lot of content that we're gonna keep creating, and it's just, I guess, as a result of the fact that, I guess we said earlier, the status don't sleep, so we shouldn't. Those assholes, you know, they don't stop being assholes. I don't know.
Evil doesn't sleep, so you know, we can't either, man.
100%.
Stay vigilant.
Shit, yeah. Oh man, this has been great, guys. I really appreciate you coming out and talking to us, and I mean, just thank you for your service, just putting all this music out there, man. It's just it's excellent.
You're talking about the music, or are you talking about my service in the meme war of 2016?
All of the above,
bro. Yeah, I think it's really refreshing, guys. Like, super refreshing. You know, how we can have, you know, great Liberty music. Not only great music, but great Liberty music and great Liberty content, because I think, you know, our freedoms and our liberty and our human rights are really, it's the most important battle that we're facing right now.
This is the last push, bro. This is it.
Yeah. They're trying to drive that last nail in the coffin, and we have to resist at all costs. So,
and on
thanks
that
again
note,
for the Agora.
Let me just, I'll tell a quick little story if we've got a few minutes, just to cap this off on a funny note. This was a fun little memory I just came to me from one of the Anarchapulcos a couple years ago. I was on my way back in line at the airport, and this homie that I had met that week, I remember this. he had this hat on, right, and it was the meme war veteran hat, and it looked like a legit veteran hat, because it's got like the little flags and stuff,
the embroidery and shit. It looked real,
and
real.
It says because it says like meme war kind of small.
We were in Texas.
Veteran.
We just landed in Texas. We're going through customs.
Yeah, we're like on like a connecting flight or some shit. And so I'm standing next to homie in line, and this lady sees his hat, and she says, "Thank you for your service to him." And so he chuckles. He kind of couldn't hold back. Like he was like, well, he said, "You're welcome" or something. But he was like, said it like kind of like smirking, like, you know, he was like, "You're welcome." And so then I couldn't hold back, but from chuckling a little bit too. And then she picked up on it. She's like, "Wait a second, is this a joke?" She looks closer at the hat. She realizes what it says, meme war veteran. She's like, "What is that, a joke or something?" And he's like, "Well, actually, ma'am, Me and my brothers, we took it very seriously.
Left a little piece of me back on that battlefield.
Yeah, he came back from Acapulco with us, so we all arrived in Texas. So we're doing the frog walk or whatever through customs. That was hilarious. And then he got pulled over. They
pissed, though. She's like, I don't think that's funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yo, he got harassed though. He did. They pulled him in and stuff. Remember?
It was a few minutes after that, they
TSA
singled him out.
Yeah, he.
That's why I don't wear. It happened to me a couple years before that when I was wearing some Mises shirt with one of them guys on the big faces of one of the Austrian school founders, Karl Menger or some shit, and I get singled out from the TSA. They're like, "We got a POI." I'm like, "Oh shit, POI!" So I don't wear shit like that at the airport anymore. You got to stay low key.
Yeah, man, exactly. I'm under the radar when I'm in fucking public like that for sure. I don't even just like going to like the store, man. Like I don't even really like I have some Liberty shirts, but I don't know, man. I just feel like some sort of fucking target if I'm like wearing one, So even like going out like a grocery store, I just can't wear them. I try, I just can't. It doesn't feel right. It feels dangerous.
I hear you.
Maybe I should.
Well, we got some cool Freenauts shirts coming out with some slogans from some of the song titles from the album that are gonna go viral. So definitely
merch is coming.
For that.
But you guys are about to debut They Watchin, right? It's gonna play after this podcast.
This
world debut.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that'll be the next video coming off of the album, second leak off the Which Side Are You On Freenauts album that drops on the 22nd of February.
222.
This is the one right here. They Watchin.
Yeah, world exclusive. It's not even out yet, but you guys got it first.
Right.
You guys are hearing it here first. Dad, you got a quote you want to tie this thing up with? No,
no quote. Was it ready?
We'll just quote this. We'll just quote this song. So yeah, you guys enjoy. And actually, where can they find you guys on social media? If you guys could give me all your handles and stuff.
Yeah, we're everywhere except for Freenauts. We got Permazucked. They banned us.
They shadow banned. Shadow banned
Instagram. It took us down. We were being a little too feisty. Back in the meme war a couple of years
Freenauts,
ago.
But Freenauts is on all the telegrams.
Yeah, we're everywhere except for Instagram. So Freenauts, Freenauts, but you can find Sea Traffic and Kingdom Come, of course, on Instagram.
And Silver Stacks is on Twitters and
Silver Stacks is on Twitter.
Kingdom Come with a K everywhere. KingdomComeMusic.com. It'll take you to all the videos, social media links, projects, everything.
Freenauts.com. Got everything there too.
Cool. Yeah, appreciate you guys, man. I'm gonna sign out. I'm on my Hunter S. Thompson vibes here in Vegas, so I have to go back to
do your thing, brother. Thank you.
Vegas life.
No doubt, man. Much love to you guys. See y'all.
Malbec is streaming.
Peace. Love y'all. One love.
What happens in Vegas? This guy keeping secrets.
Get back to him.
Yeah, we appreciate the Agorist Nexus, and thank y'all. Y'all inspired the song, the Agora. That's why. You inspired the song, and also that's the reason we got such
got the right idea.
A beautiful music video. We do everything we can to promote liberty and the community. So without you guys, we couldn't have done that song or done the video the way we did it.
Yep. Liberty and freedom. Let's get it.
Oh, and shout out to the Pholosopher too, because she did a dope track for you guys with the anthem that they laid down for y'all too.
Yeah, it's our intro. It's pretty fucking good.
Agorist drip. Damn. Yeah, so we're gonna get her on an upcoming Freenauts song too. That's my homegirl. We're just one of my best friends.
Oh yeah, AV's in her video.
We're actually
he played the virus in her video.
Dude, that was the funniest goddamn thing. Seeing Alex in that fucking costume. Oh my god, dude, he was killing me.
Good times, man. Good times. Yeah, she actually made a cameo way back in one of the early Freenauts videos too. The one I did with Jeff Berwick for Bitcoin All the Way Up. That was actually partially shot by Jack as well on behind the camera, and Pholosopher made a little cameo. So yeah, we're gonna get them on an upcoming track as well too. We got a lot of great stuff coming. We're gonna be on Jack's show actually this week as well. So you can look out for that. He's got a new show. Jack Lloyd's got a show called Zero State.
Brand spanking new.
That's right.
Oh yeah, well that's cool. They're definitely friends of the show too. So yeah, man, that's awesome.
Well, last thing I can say, you can find me on the Agorist Nexus. I'm there, Colombian Traffic, Sea Traffic.
Hell yeah.
Find my link. That's where you should go first. Actually, don't go to those other channels.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, man. I'm shit. We might as well just feature you guys. Well, I'll probably do that for sure. But thanks again, guys. And with that said, enjoy this track. And Agorist Nexus out.
Peace.
Mike check. They watching you. They watching me. Why they watching? It's tyranny. The internet. The cell phones. Who you know it? Where you go? They got AI for the city brain, and it's connected to everything. Microphones, cameras, they snitching us, and they hammer us, and they after us, and they asking us, how much did you make this year? Gunpoint and they came to steal. Keeping an eye on the cattle for real. Better be warned, the microphone's on, they store it at all. You wanna reform? They never conform. We don't need to use their platform. He's the ones who will come to future. Give you futures for contributions. Now they're saying that it's the future. No le creo, so hijo de puta. They watching you. They watching me. Why they watching? It's tyranny. The internet. The cell phones. Who you know it? Where you
need a hard wallet, cold storage, locked down. Free Assange and Snowden, free Ross now. Fuck a James Clapper and a Jake Tapper. Our information they after, authentication 3-factor. Deep state, like who are these bastards? A few rappers who move faster, true disaster. Whole squads encrypted, IP safe on tour. Only speak on black phones, say no more.
They watching you, they watching me. Why they watching? It's tyranny. The internet. The cell phones. Who you know it? Where you going?
Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society trying to keep their eye on me. Surveillance state keeping tabs on every move you make. Suggesting things you thought of you, the product moves they calculate. CIA, FBI, NSA playing war games with that vaccine to change your DNA. Biometrically tracking your day-to-day. They watching what I said, cause Kingdom wait the mental dead.
They watching you. They watching me. Why they watching? It's tyranny. The internet. The cell phones. Who you know it? Where you going?